Yes, hello everybody, and welcome to another video. While I was cooling down when I came back from the gym, oh yes, and my hair is freshly washed. Sorry. Um, I was browsing through the internet, which I rarely do, but I was, and I saw this post. And I always say that I'm not looking for video topics to make. I need to have an idea. I need to see something, or I need to think of something, and then I make a video about it. I don't actively, like go through the internet and search for like internet like video topics. That's what the big YouTubers do so they can chase the algorithm and make more money. That's not how I roll. But I saw a Facebook post of Henry Cavill, and obviously he was praising the Space Marine 2, which I said in one of my previous videos. I originally wanted to get it, wanted to buy it. I didn't get it. Why? Because I don't play video games too much. I would play it once, twice, and then I would just put it away. And I would need to get PlayStation 5 on top of that. It's a huge investment. Instead of that, I bought an extra like bench press machine and a crap load of books. But the important thing for me is the book that you can see in the right down corner. If I don't see the picture right now, I'll put it somewhere here. I think that you can see it in one of the corners. It's Horus Heresy. Is it like the some of these special editions of book 2, the False Gods? Or is it like a codex? Let me know in the comments down below. Because if you know European law, you know that I only got into Warhammer 3 months ago. I've been able to get through the Eisenhorn Omnibus, which contains the book Xenos, Malleus, Hereticus, Magos, and 4 short stories. I was able to get through the first 4 Horus Heresy books: the Horus Rising, False Gods, Galaxy in Flames, and the Flight of the Stein, and then now I'm going through the Dark Angels Omnibus, which is fantastic so far. And so I'm into that. I'm discovering the law through books and the internet lexicanum, and it has been known to me that an adaptation of sorts of the Warhammer 40k universe is being discussed, and of course, one of the main personalities involved is Henry Cavill, who very famously is a huge Warhammer buff, a huge Warhammer aficionado, and everybody was excited about it because like he's the guy to do it because he's a true and genuine fan, so on and so forth. But then again, he was a true and genuine fan of The Witcher, which coincidentally I've got a Witcher on my T-shirt today. It's one of the Mike Mignola's artwork covers for the comic book series. Nevertheless, we all know how the adaptation of Wiedźmin, my dear beloved Polish Wiedźmin or The Witcher, ended up. I've seen like 2 or 3 episodes in total from The Witcher, and I felt so physically bad and nauseated that I just had to turn it off. Not the fault of Master Henry Cavill, of course. It's the fault of the showrunners, the fault of the screenwriters, the fault of the directors. It's basically everybody else's fault. Quite famously, I have read and I have covered it multiple times. I think in videos on my channel that he has like always been fighting, or he was always fighting for like sticking close to the source material. So if anybody is to be trusted with source material, it's Master Henry Cavill. However, I don't trust today's filmmaking and TV show making companies as far as making adaptations. And if you've been following European law for quite some time, you know that I don't like adaptations at all. Like the most I can do is something like this, which is and I made a video about that like 2 days ago. The graphic novel adaptation of The Hobbit. I've made a review, an interview with the guy who adapted this the Hobbit into the graphic novel, Chuck Dixon. So something like this, something that does not add anything, something that doesn't change anything, something that only like tells the most important, most significant parts of that story, and along with David Wenzel, just beautifully graphically illustrated and painted, beautiful. I'm not really a fan of any like TV shows or films, but and then Warhammer. It's such a vast universe. I have things to read for years and years and years to come. So 40k and 30k. we are talking about Horus Heresy that Master Cavill uh, hinted at. It was a coincidence, I know, but I needed a topic for a video, so it is grasping for straws. But so let us theorize, let us consider. So what do they want to do? And then I was talking, I thought about it. So what will they choose? I mean, will they choose a story about the Astartes? Will they make a story about the Inquisition? What will they do? I mean, what is the proper way of introducing the common man, the non Warhammer 40k fan, into this franchise, because I hate the word franchise or IP. So, what to do? And then the moment I saw this picture, I was, yeah, right, Horus Heresy. That's pretty much the answer. Because and I don't know if it's like the best way to get into Warhammer 40k, through Horus Heresy. It wasn't even my case because I had read the Eisenhorn Omnibus before that. But people have told me that you should really start by reading a lot of 40k books before delving into 30k. Well, too late, but I don't feel robbed of anything. I can understand the point of view and the mentality of people, in the 41st millennium, as well as the mentality of the people in the 31st millennium, and how those events changed, and well, not changed, how the perception of those events changed. How, of course, through the millennia, through the 10 millennium, um, how those events became legends and myths, as we can read, for example, at the beginning of the Dark Angels omnibus. It beautifully illustrates how the Dark Angels chapter um, doesn't even remember their own history. It's really being kept a secret from most of them, except for the Deathwing, the most inner, like highest ranks of the Space Marines. And so events that happened 10,000 years ago will, of course, be shrouded in mystery and legend and myth and everything. And a lot of things will be misinterpreted. But, where was I going with this? No, obviously, I think that the movie officially, or the TV show, has been put on hold. That, indefinitely. We don't know. We are not sure if it's going to happen. If it happened, I'd say that the Horus Heresy would be the answer. But then again, I don't want it to happen. So if it doesn't happen, I will be very, 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 very happy. So let me know in the comments down below what you think. And that'll be all. Thank you very much for watching. And remember, the Emperor protects.